Hello YouTubers, thanks for viewing my channel. I guess you want to know some more about Obamacare, and I guess it doesn't matter now if you're Republican or Democrat because it's going to affect all of us equally the same. Uh, I don't know about you Obama bots though, the ones that voted uh, for Barack Obama, because like I've been on the internet and on YouTube and other video channels, and I see you guys bragging about how Obama won and everything, and that you're going to get free health care. And then everybody's going to get, and it's mostly, like the city areas and such. Like the states of Florida and Pennsylvania, New York, and California. It was mostly the city areas that pretty much called the vote for the election for Obama. And the one thing I noticed, which was really scary, is a lot of you think you're going to get free health care. And I don't know where this came from, where you guys thought you were going to get free health care. It reminds me of that speech that Romney was doing in front of the, I forget what was the Black Caucus or something like that. And once he said he was going to get rid of Obamacare, everybody was like, boo, boo. And I think that's because nobody really knew what Obamacare was, and I think everybody assumed it was free. But I'm here to tell you, I've done my research, and it's not free. It's not free for anybody. I know you guys, like the Democrats, people that voted for Obama, they want to see, the rich pay their fair share of taxes and stuff. And that's why I like to call this the Great Obama Deception, because not only the rich going to pay more taxes, you are going to pay more taxes as well in the form of Obamacare. And if you stick around and watch the rest of this video, I'll show you why. And I'll show you why Obamacare is actually a tax. It really has nothing to do with saving healthcare at all. It's just to help grow government and get the people more dependent on the government. And so we'll start off. The only people that are not going to pay Obamacare, I'm going to get those out of the way first. Those who make less than $9,500 a year, you will not have to worry about paying the Obamacare tax. And basically what it is everybody in the U.S. is required to have Obamacare or health care. If you don't have health care, you have to pay a fine. Depending on your income will determine how much of a fine you pay. So either A, you get health care and pay about $4,000 to $5,000 a year under a plan from the state that's going to basically be universal for everybody, or B, you don't get health care and you pay a fine. That's why it's called, that's why it's a tax. That's why the Republicans were calling it a tax months and months ago, even last year. But it just seems like the Democrats, the Obama bots didn't care to listen. But that's exactly what it is. It's a tax. Not only are the rich going to get higher taxes, you're going to get taxed, pay higher taxes as well. But like I said, there's only a few parties that are not going to be paying this tax. They'll be exempt from it, and that's anyone who makes less than $9,500. Employees whose employers only offer plans that cost more than 8% of the employee's income. Those with hardships, members of Indian tribes, and members of certain religions that don't pay Social Security tax, such as Amish, Hutterites, or Mennonites. All of which I think should pay tax anyway. They live on our freaking land. They use our roadways and that, but that's a whole different story altogether. But let's get back to what the fines are going to be, because that's the most exciting part. We all love paying higher taxes, I guess, because we voted for Obama so he could put in and install Obamacare. So, if you make $9,500 to $37,000 a year and you don't want health care, your fine will be $695. Now, the good part is the IRS hasn't been given the authority to actually, how can I say, make you pay that money. So, but if your income tax return, actually covers the cost of the fine, they'll just take it out of your income tax return. So if you count on getting that $800 or $700 income tax return at the end of the year, and you are in that between that bracket of 9,500 37,000, kiss that goodbye. That's going to start on 2014, like January 1st. So, yep, kiss that goodbye. If you make 50,000 income, your fine will be 1,000. 75,000 income, 1,600. 100,000 income, 2,250, and it just keeps going up and up as you go along. But the majority of all Americans fall within, that 32,000 mark for your national income, which isn't really that high anyway, but that's the majority of people, and your fine is going to fall around $700. So enjoy paying that extra $700 a year if you decide not to get health care. I mean, how many of you really, if you're only making 3,200 a year, how many of you really are going to be able to afford Obamacare at $4,000 to $5,000 a year? That's not what I call affordable. Hell, my mom, she's in her 50s and she's only paying like $220 a month for health care right now, but that's going to go up because of Obamacare. And these numbers only apply for 2014 through 2016. After 2016, the price of Obamacare is going to go up with inflation. So basically, just like Congress getting a raise every year, Obamacare is going to go up every year. So you have that to look forward to. I think it's just totally wrong. I mean, the last thing you want to do is raise taxes in a bad economy, and that's what we have right now, a really bad economy. 46 million people on food stamps, probably 23 to 25 million people unemployed right now. Just look in the, all you got to do is look at the news. Get on the internet, look around, look how many people are going on strike because they don't think they're getting paid enough now. And that's without Obamacare in the picture. Look at all these companies that are on the edge, like Hostess, the one that does, what are those things called, ding dongs and stuff like that. Um, they, they're going to basically shut the plant down because the union will not agree to the terms. They want more money. So 18,000 people are going to lose their job because they're not listening. Hostess is telling them, we can't afford to pay you anymore. Like, we are totally serious. We are not joking, it's, but I guess they feel that some other company is going to step in, or some other rich guy is going to step in and, bail them out, buy the company, and then give them what they want. It's just funny, how the Obama bots, because I'm assuming, most of this union, they're Democrats. It's just funny that they want, increase the taxes on increase the taxes on the rich, but when they need a helping hand, they're asking for help from the people that have the money. Um, so this is what's probably going to happen to Hostess. They're going to basically go bankrupt. They're going to let go of 18,000 employees, and maybe somebody will come along and purchase Hostess, but they're probably not going to keep that business where it's located at now. They'll either move it to another state, or they'll possibly move it to another country because of Obamacare. I mean, 18,000 employees, $750 fine, and that's another good point. If you're expecting, like, you're going to get Obamacare and you're going to have health care if you're working at Denny's or Applebee's, and you're working full time, that ain't going to happen either. And the reason that's not going to happen is because the fine costs substantially less than the health care coverage itself. So why should an employer, even if they have like a deal because of the volume of employees they have, why should they pay $2,000 to $4,000 for health care per employee when they can just opt out and pay the $750 fine per employee? I mean, what business in their right mind is going to accept or provide health care insurance for their employees? It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. Oh, it just it's scary. It's just scary how many businesses are going to, and large businesses are going to, like, how many hours they're going to cut, how many full-time positions they're going to cut. They'll probably hire more part-time employees so they can get around the Obamacare. It's going to be disastrous, and you guys are going to pay. Not only will you be paying a fine or paying for healthcare every year, you're also going to be paying higher prices for products and services and food and gas and all that stuff. I mean, you thought, I mean, did you honestly think because Obama gave you free cell phones and food stamps and Section 8 housing that you were going to get all that for free? You're going to pay for it. And the way you're going to pay for it is called Obamacare. And the scary part is there's more taxes. What I'm showing you right here, these are all additional taxes included in Obamacare that covers about, about everybody from every class. So if you want to do your own research, you can go look that up. I don't want to sadden you guys anymore by reading off what these additional taxes are for, but it's stuff that wasn't mentioned, when Obama's up there, Obamacare for everybody, that stuff wasn't mentioned. So just so you're aware, Obamacare is not free. If you opt out not to get Obamacare, it's still going to cost you a fine. You know, that just sucks. I mean, 37,000 and to pay for health care all year long, I could see that. Anybody making like less than, gosh, 25,000 a year to have to be obligated to pay for health insurance for, I mean, it's just that's ridiculous. So, I mean, I can't believe that. That's just totally greedy. And that's why I call it the Obama deception, because you thought, oh, he's going to get in there and raise taxes on the rich. He's not only going to raise the taxes on the rich, he's going to raise the taxes on the poor too. I mean, I think anybody that makes less than 25 grand a year, they're kind of poor. They're in a poverty level. I mean, that's, you know, but so anyway, I just wanted to throw this at you guys. And my main concerns are for down the future. Like in my last video I made some predictions, and some of those predictions are already happening. They started happening the next day after I made the video. The predictions I'm making now are a lot of people are going to lose their jobs because of Obamacare, and a lot of companies are going to close their doors, either A, for good, or B, they'll take their business somewhere else to another country, because what was nice was the cost of fuel was going up, and you're like, what? How's that nice? Well, since the cost of fuel was going up, it was becoming more and more expensive to ship goods from China to America. So that margin of profit was shrinking for business owners. So business owners started bringing their businesses back to America. And if that trend would have continued, we would have built more and more businesses and stuff. But now Obamacare is like a big ping pong paddle. It's just going to knock all those businesses back over to China, because they're not going to want to come over here now if they have to pay Obamacare, especially if they employ 50 or more employees. I mean, this only is going to affect, employees that work for companies that employ 50 or more employees. Now, if you have health insurance already, you're good, I guess. I mean, this would, as a big, large corporation like Walmart or something like that, and I know Walmart doesn't provide health care, but for a large corporation that's already been providing health care for the last 10 or 20 years, this is a good opportunity to be like, well, sorry, employees, Obamacare is making it way too expensive, so we're going to have to get rid of your health care benefits. And they can use Obamacare to legitimize why they're doing what they're doing, even though if it's not even true. I mean, obviously, I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening, and it's really sad. Another thing that kind of throws me for a loop. I mean, and this is kind of like getting off Obamacare and stuff like that. But actually, you hear all this news about Walmart being so bad for its employees and stuff like that, and I agree, they are bad for their employees. But I want to know what the reasoning was for, 80% of Walmart. How did that go? 80% of Walmart owners or whatever donated money to Obama, which doesn't make sense at all. Why would they want Obamacare when they're like the most cheapest, largest, richest corporation like in, the world, and it just doesn't make sense to me, like why they would want to do that. And my only theory is, maybe the really biggest of the biggest corporations wanted Obama in office because they know Obama is going to lead America down a path of economic collapse. And you can get really cheap labor when you're in a really bad economy. I mean, people will work for, $4 an hour, possibly less. The minimum wage is 7.25 right now. Economy collapses, I guess that, people will do whatever they can just to get a buck here and there. But that's just my theory. I mean, I can't understand why a Walmart would donate so much money to the Obama administration to get them in office again, knowing that Obamacare would raise their costs substantially because they have thousands and thousands of employees. I think they have like 200,000 employees. So, if somebody could explain that to me, please do, because I don't understand that. But the main point of this video was to explain what Obamacare is, and that it's not free, and you're going to be paying either for health care or fine. And it doesn't matter if you make less than 20 grand a year. You're going to have to make less than 9,500 a year just to be exempt from it, or you become a Mennonite or an Amish person. And that's about it. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will talk to you later. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep putting out videos talking about just random stuff. Alright, have a good day.